Very excited to talk to JD Martinez. Thank you so much for the time, my friend. I appreciate you giving us an opportunity to talk to you.
I appreciate the opportunity.
So why don't you give us a little taste, man? You know, you were known in the Miami circles. You were, one of the most well-known boxers down here in South Florida. You've been out of the ring for about a year's time. You seem like you're picking up the pace on social media and whatnot. So kind of give us a landscape of where you've been for the last year and what are your plans going forward?
Well, we've always been in the gym. Basically, I had to take some time off and really take a look at things from the outside. We're back now. I'm at Body and Soul. We're training with Glen Johnson. Just taking my time with things. I took some hard fights. I let my gut get to me instead of taking the smart route. But we're back. We're training hard. Basically we're gonna get some fights. Maybe Venezuela, Mexico. Once this COVID is over with.
Right.
We were supposed to fight in March. We had the flyer done. It was going to be at the Mikosuke under Henry Rivalta. So that was my big comeback fight. It was for the NBA title. Things happened. COVID went into effect, and things got on delay. I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure the sports industry is feeling that as well.
Absolutely. Like, how has that been on your body as far as training? Like, have you been able? Is it ramped up more now that things have started to open up again? Was that hard? Like mentally thinking, like, oh, I had this target date, and it kind of got put off.
I'm pretty sure it's hard for any athlete, but I feel very peaceful now. I'm taking my time. We're training twice a day. I feel like I'm getting better. Glen Johnson, he used to be a champion.
Of course.
He knocked out Roy Jones.
The Road Warrior.
Correct, yeah. And I feel like it's going to be a good combination. My buddy CJ, he trains here as well. He's 19-1 as a pro. Great strength and conditioning coach. I just feel like this is the right path that I'm taking now, and just big things and better things to come.
How did the link up between you and Glenn happen?
Well, basically, one of my best friends, CJ, he's a pro boxer here as well. We've been talking back and forth for a while. Not only that, but I used to live on the beach. It was walking distance from 5th Street. I love 5th Street. I love Dino, everybody at that place. I moved to Coral Gables. Now I'm walking distance from this gym. It's just very convenient now, and I feel comfortable here,
Is there anything that you've taken from your time away from the ring that you want to do differently, better, smarter as you kind of go into this next wave of your career?
Well, definitely. I just, I had a lot of distractions my last 3 fights. I had law issues. I had a full-time job. I had very distracting girlfriends that weren't for me. But now, I'm alone. I'm peaceful. And I just feel like that's what it takes to be great. You gotta, you can't be comfortable, and I was very comfortable, and it was a huge mistake. So, I look back, I'm fixing my errors, and we're staying focused on the game plan, and I'm very excited for the next half of my career. I feel like I've never had a problem selling out arenas.
Right.
I'm sure you're at the Herald and.
Yeah, your guys' atmosphere for the crosstown rivalry was, it was one of the best atmospheres we've ever had down here.
Right.
You guys very much had the crowd split, almost going at each other. It was crazy.
Yeah. It was.
So I just wanted, like, is that, are you hoping, like, is that like the next, like, do you want to get to that again, getting your fans behind you to see you back in action? Like, what are the things you'd like to see kind of ticked off as the year goes by, and hopefully if things get back to normal, let's say in 2021, and fans are allowed back in a building?
Man, basically, I need to get my feet wet. I need to get back in the ring. I'm gonna get some fights. Stay focused, stay dedicated. I feel strong. I feel better than ever. I just feel like there's bigger things to come. I feel healthy, and thank God. I have my talent as well. As long as I put in the hard work, I don't think we'll have a problem making it to a world title. We're going to get 2 fights out of town once COVID is done. Come back and bring one big one home for the title. That's the plan. So we've got 13 pro fights now. I would say about my 17th pro fight, we'll have a sold-out arena here in Miami.
To give our audience a sense who have not seen you fight, JD, but you're from down here. You've worn the Dolphins colored trunks, going to the ring and whatnot. The fight culture down here is very, very rich.
Right.
Has been for a long time. So give a little people a sense of your background, where you come from, what got you into fighting.
Well, my father was a pro fighter. My uncle, Fernando Mad Dog Martinez, was a pro fighter, very popular here in Miami. He used to be the main sparring partner for what's his name? Aaron Pryor. I'm sure you know Aaron Pryor. Boxing's been in my blood. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Colombian. I started in the amateurs. I won the Florida Golden Gloves. I won the Police Athletic League Championship. Basically turned pro with Fifth Street Gym, and we took off from there, man. We went to 10-0. We took a big fight at the Hard Rock, and basically we're just regrouping and bigger things to come. So,
outside of your family, were there any boxers that you looked up to? Anybody you really admired or liked to take pieces of their style?
Oscar de la Hoya, Dito Trinidad, Aaron Pryor, Mike Tyson's aggressiveness. I'm a big fan of boxing. There's nothing I don't know about boxing. It's something that I fell in love with, and I'm glad I'm pursuing my dream. It's very gutsy. Those are my idols growing up. Those guys right there. I looked up to my father a lot. He was a great fighter. They just they threw him in with the Lions. His 7th pro fight, he was fighting gold medalists. Jeez. So ESPN Classics. So it was hard. It was hard seeing him take that beating as a kid, and I think that's what amped up my will to pursue this sport. Yeah.
Your kid is young. Is that like something that you want to show him, that kind of side of you? I know he's very, very young right now, but like, would you like to have that kind of thing of showing him, what this is or could be, because it's been such a thing that's been in your family?
Right. Well, this is something I do for my family. The goal is to win a championship, and that's something that I won't stop pursuing until I get there. And I believe with faith and dedication, I can get there. I want to be a role model to my son, of course, and do things correctly in the ring. Not that I want him to be a boxer when he grows up, but it's a tough sport. Thank God, I haven't received much punishment in the ring. My defense, I'm sure they call me pretty boy for a reason. But yeah, man. Back to the culture. All my trunks are Miami based. I'm sure you saw the Dolphins colors at the Hard Rock. I've done the Miami Vice, all Miami based, So I went to Colorado for a while. I trained out there at Old School Boxing Gym. I had a lot of sparring out there. But yeah, man, I'm excited for the big things to come.
How about you, with you and Glenn? Is there anything technically that you have picked up or liked? You talked a lot about your mentality going forward. Is there anything new physically that you think you're gonna take going forward and that you can really get better at, or maybe just sharpen?
Well, definitely. I've been with him a short period of time, and he's teaching me how to sit down on my punches. I threw a lot of floating punches. I'd bounce in the air, throw a right, and my leg would be in the air. It's not the right way to do it. So he's really teaching me how to sit down on those punches and just bring that power into it. So I'm excited because he was a world champion. I know boxing, he knows boxing, and it's definitely something that's going to improve my skill. Definitely, I see it already. So it's just for the world to see it in the ring, and it's going to be soon. But we're just here. We're putting in the work. That's all we can do for now.
Well, JD, we appreciate the time, man. Is there anything else you want to say to Miami before we wrap things up, and what they can expect to see from you, I guess, over the next 12 months?
Yeah, sure. Guys, stay tuned. Big things to come. We're training hard. We have a good 10 years to go, and, follow us and, JD_Miami on Instagram for updates and fight dates coming soon. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks again to JD Martinez for checking in with us from Body and Soul Gym. We appreciate it, and we'll continue following the journey, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Brendan.